Yeah.
Just like, the Peter Green myth with the spinning the pickup round, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who knows why it was done?
That's a whole video on how to phase, isn't it? We need to do.
Yeah.
How are we doing, everyone? It's Ace from 90 Guitars here. We've got episode 2 of Andy's Rant, entitled An Axe Victim. You can read the full rant on his website. You can see me clicking on it, scrolling down to a nice little picture of Jack Nicholson. Not so much going to be about out of phase in this video, more so about the myths surrounding Peter Green's Greeny guitar, and the pickups, and he knows a bit of stuff that you don't. So let's have a listen to Mr. Andy Avison's story.
I thought I'd tell you a story about the Peter Green Les Paul, Greeny as it's called, dreadful name. I have a customer called George, and he used to come in quite often when things were busier. And we got talking about that guitar one day for some reason. And George says, I've played that, which was quite interesting. And he shows me some video clips of him playing the Greeny Les Paul in this geezer's basement. Turns out he lives next door to a bloke called Stan, or he used to anyway. And Stan was the keeper of the Les Paul and another famous guitar, which we shan't name. All a bit strange. I don't know why he was entrusted with them, but clearly he was, and that was that. A while later I went to a guitar show and I met Stan. I already knew him because I'd spoken with him on the phone, but he didn't know who I was. And he had 3 Les Pauls with him. He had an original, probably 250, 300 grand's worth. He had a luthier built one, which was made from a donor body with stock tail fitted, converted to humbuckers, and all original, so he said 58 or 59 parts. And then he had a Gibson custom shop, high spec 59 reissue. Now Stan, as a player, I know he's gigged regularly, and he said you could not tell the difference between them either in sound, weight, feel, whatever. I tried to pick out the original 59, got it hopelessly wrong. Made me laugh, and that was that. A while later, I went to see my mate Shoebox, who deals in vintage guitars all the time. He's got loads, or he deals with loads anyway. And he has this bloke, this journalist, comes and helps him out sometimes. He knows even more than Shoebox about stuff, and he's been around the block a few times. Anyway, he'd just seen this bloke recently, and he told him that he'd been and interviewed Gary Moore before poor old Gary had died, and Gary had told him that the pickups had been removed from the guitar before Gary sold it, and the originals had never been included in the sale. Not a malicious thing, it's just the way it was, and that was that. Everyone seems to assume that it has the original pickups. The journalist is then showing Gary the nice big glossy photos in his latest book, which includes Gary's old guitar. Gary takes one look at the pictures and says, "That's not my Les Paul," which is really interesting. Now, I forgot to add, you'll have to edit this bit. When I was with Stan, Stan tells me that not only was he the keeper at the Les Paul, he sent it away to a master luthier somewhere in East Anglia, wouldn't tell me who it was, and this bloke had the guitar for 6 months or more and made an exact copy for Stan. Whether it was for Stan or some customer or whatever, I've got no idea. But that was that. Anyway, moving and jumping back to Gary. So Gary takes a look at the pictures in this book and says, "That's not my guitar. Absolutely not the guitar that I sold." This got me to thinking that I was the only one that really knew all these little bits some of it first hand, some backed up by video. Of course, we don't know whether Gary was off his tits or whatever, but it was all quite interesting, and it made me think, well, how do we know that the supposed Greeny 59 is the real deal? It might not be. It could be an expert copy. Did the luthier make 2 copies and give Stan both copies and not the original? Stan's already said that he couldn't tell any difference between them. Just got me thinking, that's all. Thought I might tell you that. Might be worth doing a post on it. Let me know what you think.
Well, you already have done, Andy, and you can read the full thing now on the Rants bit on the newly updated Nottingham City Guitars website. If you click on that, you can scroll down, you can have a look. Oh, he's back, hang on.
I fucked up a bit because...
Oh, he's back, hang on.
Gary Moore didn't sell the guitar to Kirk Hammett.
Oh.
He sold it to somebody else.
Oh.
I think he just sold it to a dealer.
All right.
And Kirk Hammett acquired it off the dealer later on. Whether that was after Gary had died, I don't know, but perhaps we need to do a bit of research on that.
Oh, right,
anyway,
cool. Oh.
Worth thinking about.
Well, isn't that for you to do, a bit of research? Oh, he's off now to build another guitar. Well, right, we'll read into that then, Andy. So, yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for that.